I'm Elena. In this video, I'd like to help you plan your trip to Hong Kong with suggestions of things to see and do, and some helpful tips which you tend to discover at the end of your trip and then wish you'd known right from the beginning. You probably wouldn't guess from looking at me, but I was born in Hong Kong and have been back several times since I left, so I thought I'd share with you my knowledge of my favorite country in the world. Let's get started! When it comes to food in Hong Kong, you're not going to find it hard to find something to eat. I'm going to tell you about a few of my must-go-to places, some general tips, and also a few extra things you might want to consider when going to Hong Kong. The Chinese do eat breakfast, but usually not the food you would typically consider breakfast foods, apart from fruit. So if I'm up in time, I usually just find a little bakery somewhere. But on Sundays, my favorite place to eat is actually American food. Dan Ryan's in Ocean Terminal is hidden in a small corner, but definitely worth finding. It serves American-style breakfast in American-style portions, and it's really good. When I was little, they used to give me balloons, and I would watch their toy train make its way around the ceiling. It also sells really great American food at lunch and dinner, but I specifically go there for breakfast, but only on a Sunday. They unfortunately don't provide breakfast any other day of the week. For lunch, I would go to any restaurant up at the Peak, which provides good food and a good view if it's not too smoggy, which it really was on this day. All Hong Kong malls have easy, fast, and cheap foods in their food courts, so that's always an option. If you're only in Hong Kong a short while, then you'll have so much to fit into your day that dinner will probably be your main priority, not lunch. But if you do want some Chinese food for lunch like dim sum or steamed buns, all the restaurants are pretty good, and you can usually see a menu outside of the restaurant to look at what's on offer and the price. But a tip is that if you don't eat Chinese, then don't go looking for Chinese restaurants any further than Mong Kok Station. If you're brave enough to just point at something randomly on a menu and have it brought to you, then feel free. But if you want to know what you're ordering, stick to restaurants south of Mong Kok and on the island, which usually translate into English. If you're at the Poland Monastery, then maybe you'd like the vegetarian lunch experience, where you can eat what the monks eat. The vegetarian meal is believed to cleanse the stomach, and dishes vary according to the season. The lunch is served from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and is to the left of the main shrine hall. For dinner, my first must-go-to is of course Cafe Deco Bar and Grill at the Peak, which gives fantastic night views over Hong Kong. The food ranges from Asian to Western, so you're sure to find something on the menu. Book the day before or on the day, but not before, so that you are sure you'll have a clear view, because on particularly smoggy days, you're not going to see a thing. Ask for a window seat so that you have the best spot to look over the island, or if you think you can handle the weather, then there is limited seating outside available too. Also try and book around 8 p.m. because then you'll be able to see the light show. In terms of price, I would give this restaurant 3.5 out of 5. It's edging on the pricier side because of its fantastic location and great quality food, but I think they could charge people a whole lot more than they do, so I think it's a pretty fair price. My second must-go-to restaurant is the Jumbo Floating Restaurant. There may be something, but I've certainly never seen anything like it anywhere on my travels. The restaurant was established in 1976 and is designed to look something like a Chinese imperial palace. You get to the Jumbo by boat, which leaves from the dock regularly and takes patrons across for free. The Jumbo has several decks, with what my dad likes to call posh nosh on the top deck, which is mostly Western style, and the deck below is where you'll find seriously good Chinese food. The restaurant gets fresh fish every day, which they keep in tanks on board, and I've actually gone out to have a look at them in the past, though I'm not sure if they still let you do that anymore, so you'll have to ask. At the head of the Chinese deck is a Chinese throne, and for a fee you can actually dress in Chinese royal garb and have your picture taken, and your family and friends can take as many photos as you like. Here you can see me at 17 with my friends and family. The Jumbo is pretty special, so the prices are also pretty special. I would give the price as 4.5 out of 5. It is definitely worth going, but be aware that it may be the most expensive Chinese meal you've ever had. If you want something other than Chinese restaurants, then Hong Kong has plenty of other places on offer. Jasper's in Soho is easily accessible by the mid-levels escalators and has a really great atmosphere. It serves mostly Western-style food and is popular not only with the locals but with Hong Kong expats. Prices are pretty reasonable, so I give this restaurant 2.5 out of 5. Jasper's is just one of the restaurants established by a family in Hong Kong who opened their first restaurant, Pepperoni's, in the fishing village Sai Kung when I lived there as a child, so both restaurants have a special place in my heart. What else do you need to know? Well, maybe you're interested in the Hong Kong nightlife. Check out TCHUI, FONG, and Wan Chai for a variety of pubs and bars for you to choose from. People play chess and other games in the streets. There's usually live music available somewhere, and there is a mix of locals, expats, and tourists, so the atmosphere is always great. A favourite bar of my family's is Ned Kelly's Last Stand on Ashley Road in Kowloon. The jazz band Ken Bennett and the Kowloon Honkers have been playing there since my parents frequented the place, and now I can say that I've also been there for a drink. It's small and crowded, but the best atmosphere and great live music. And don't forget, every night at 8 PM is the Symphony of Lights, a light show over on Hong Kong Island that is best viewed from the mainland. There is an upstairs and downstairs viewing platform at the Avenue of the Stars to see it, but don't cram on the top floor like everyone else does. The view is actually no different up there as it is from the lower deck. And an insider tip, another great place to see the show is from the Hong Kong Hotel car park roof, or the roof of Ocean Terminal, and you'll probably be the only ones there. And my final tip, don't be afraid to go anywhere you want to go. Hong Kong is actually a pretty safe place, and with people either being really friendly or minding their own business. The food is great, and don't go thinking they're going to serve you horse or a dog or a cat instead of chicken. That's just silly. If you need help finding a way, shop assistants are usually good people to ask as they're used to tourists and may have a basic understanding of English. When you're packing for Hong Kong, leave lots of room for all the shopping you're going to do. And if you can't fit it all in on the way back, then remember, you can wear layers on planes. Thank you so much for watching my Hong Kong series. If you've enjoyed it and it's been helpful to you, then don't forget to like and favorite my videos. In the comment section below, let me know about your Hong Kong plans or favorite things to do in Hong Kong, as I love talking about it. And don't forget to subscribe, as I'll be putting up more travel how-to videos.